This is Susan Wilbanks with blendedinsight.com. I am a holistic and integrative healing arts practitioner, an intuitive, and an energy healer. In this podcast, I share tips, tools, and suggestions that have helped me along my path in hopes of inspiring and helping you along yours. Let's get started with today's podcast topic. Hello, bright soul. Thank you so much for joining me on another podcast. I'm excited to connect with you. I'm so grateful for you, my soul family. And I wanted to give you a little bit of update about what's been going on here and then go right into the topic for today, which kind of spills into anyway what I'm going to share with you regarding what's been going on here. So most of you know that have been with me a long time that my birthday is in February. So for this birthday, I had a stirring in my spirit to go somewhere warm. And so I chose Hawaii. I'd never been to Hawaii, but I decided to spend my birthday in Hawaii. And my soul needed that. It was amazing. Those of you who have been listening to me regularly know I'm not a particularly cold weather person. I understand seasons. I love seasons. This winter has been really cold, and I'm a warm weather gal. I like dresses. I like bathing suits. I like water. I'm not a big fan. I'm cold anyway. I run cold. Even in the summertime, I'm cold. So in the wintertime, it is rough for me. And we were supposed to go to Texas in January, and our flight got canceled because we got caught up in that debacle with Southwest Airlines, and everything's in divine order. So even when we have things that we want to happen, sometimes what doesn't happen is still, everything's always working out for us. So everything is as it's meant to be. So I don't know all the reasons. I don't need to. But with that being said, it was a real disappointment for me because I wanted to connect with my family. I really wanted to get out of the cold weather for a little bit, and it just didn't happen. So I got this stirring in my spirit to just do it. Just book the flight and go. And so we went, and the flight itself is long. It's kind of a tough flight, but I sat next to the most amazing, sweet man who was serving in the military, which is near and dear to my heart. He was getting out of the military, and he just was sharing all these things, and he was such a sweetheart, and he was very gracious. He even lent someone his charger on the flight, and the guy kept it for like 3 hours because the flight was pretty long, almost 8 hours. And I thought, wow, because I always take the middle seat because I protect my daughter, so I let her go by the window because that's what she wants. So I always have a stranger on the other side of me, typically, not always, but when we're flying, usually I'm the one in the middle. So in any case, it was great. There was a lot to be grateful for in spite of being on a really long flight, which plus the time zone differences, the jet lag was a little bit rough. But I was on the beach, and we had an amazing hotel that we stayed at. They had a beautiful little tiny gym. I really appreciated the gym. I thought it was so beautifully set up. I liked the way they had the cardio equipment facing the windows so that you could look outside. And it was just so nice to go to the gym without a coat. It was so nice to wake up and not have to I don't wear like a heavy coat to the gym, even when it's negative something. And I know that's not smart, but I do it anyway because it's such a short drive. But I just wear a tiny little lightweight jacket. But it was so nice to just wear a tank top like I normally do and just walk down to the gym. And I kept my same schedule, and they had, I know you guys don't care about this, but this is important to me because keeping my physical body strong is so important. But they had a full weight rack and Nautilus equipment. And what was even greater about it is that there was this elderly man. He was a little grumpy, but he had a really sweet heart, but he was really a little grumpy. He was grumbling every morning about things not being where they were supposed to be, but he would be down there riding the bike. He would be doing and he wanted to watch the news, and he needed the remote. And I learned, for the days I was there, I learned what he likes and what he doesn't like. And I learned his schedule because he would be in there right before me, and I could go in and do my workout. And then I would be finishing my workout as the coffee shop would open. So I would finish my workout, go get my coffee, and then I would go up to my room, and my daughter would still be sleeping. We're opposite. She's a night owl. I'm a morning person. And I could go to my balcony, and it'd still be dark, with my coffee and drink my coffee until the sun would begin to rise. And as the sun would rise, I would go downstairs, go down to the beach, walk to the beach, sit on the beach and watch the sunrise. Oh, is that not amazing? It was just so amazing. This is all I wanted. I didn't want to do I didn't want to do touristy things. I don't want to do excursions. I don't want to do any of that. I want to go to the beach. I want to listen to the birds. I want to watch the sunrise. I want to connect with the nature spirits. I want to connect with the ocean. And I want to get in the ocean and I want to get in the water. That's all I wanted to do. And the thing where we stayed kind of near a downtown area, we were in Honolulu. It was pretty crowded, a lot of foot traffic. And I'm not into all that. I mean, as you guys know, I'm not really into crowds. So I would have already worked out, got my coffee, went to the beach, walked the beach, watched the sunrise. I would shower. I would get all the way ready. I mean, I'd already been up like 6 hours, 7 hours, and then I have to wake my daughter up. Like, get up, let's go. We got to go to the pool. Let's go eat. I want to go do something. So it was just amazing, such a heart-opening experience. And I was just so grateful for the opportunity to be able to do it. And when we came back, we're leaving Honolulu, and they're telling us, okay, we're going to arrive in Denver. Temperature in Denver is -3. And I kind of wanted to die. I'm kidding. But I thought, good Lord, I can't. We just got a little bit more to get through this darn winter. But I was just so grateful for the break. And then on the way back, I didn't have anyone sitting next to me because the flight wasn't full, which I was so grateful for. And it was kind of an overnight flight. And then got back, got into the groove. And I said all that to say, even in coming back to the cold weather, I had such an opportunity to get really centered in my heart and refocus and regenerate and think of all the things to be grateful for. One of the things I was so excited to do is get back to my gym because I've made friends with the front desk. He's my front desk buddy. He's such a beautiful soul. He has a little bit of a disability. He has like a limp in his leg, and he is the most grateful, faith-filled, kind, hardworking person at that gym. And I intentionally stop every morning and talk to him and let him know I'm so appreciative of how hard he works, because there are other people that work at the front desk with him. Sometimes there'll be 2 people in the morning, sometimes not. And there'll be one person on their phone, disengaged, and he'll be wiping down all the equipment. And he'll be mopping and busting his tail to help people. And I was like, you always work so hard. I so appreciate you. And he was like, you know what, ma'am? I'm just grateful that they trust me to be here. And I'm like, oh, my heart's going to explode. I want to squeeze this guy till I crush every bone. I love him so much. I'm like, this guy is so amazing. And I'm so grateful that I get to see him at the gym. And before I was going to Honolulu, he wasn't there for a few days. I got concerned. So I asked the other person at the front desk, I'm like, hey, where's my buddy? And he goes, oh, he's on vacation. I was like, oh, thank God, he's on vacation too. Anyway, so him and I have been making bets about how long the New Year's resolutioners are going to last. Not in an ugly way, but at my gym, the New Year's resolutioners have torn my gym up. They don't put things back. So you go in and the floors are dirty and the weights are scattered, and they're kind of a nuisance because they don't understand basic gym etiquette, and it just makes things harder. And for me, I'm always going to be doing the right thing. So I will pick the weights up and put them back myself. If I see stuff on the floor, I pick it up. I'm not one of those people that say, oh, I don't work here. Excuse me. I've worked retail. I've worked all different types of jobs. And no, you don't work here, but you're actually enjoying the facility. So be a good steward of wherever you are. And so that's one of the things that I was talking to him about, is like, geez, I'm going to pick things up in the area that I'm at. I'm always going to clean up after myself. I'm going to be kind and courteous. And so he vents to me a little bit about what he's dealing with in the double work. And so I said all that to say is that I'm so grateful for this guy, and I feel like there's always something to be grateful for. So me even being an ear for him to vent is actually giving him an outlet, and it's okay for me because it's not complaining. He's such an amazing person. And so there's just all these things that I'm so incredibly grateful for. And what I wanted to say to you is, when someone is in a space of gratitude and heart-centered fulfillment, because our external desires aren't always met, but you can go inside your heart and find so many things to be grateful for. The fact that I made it to Hawaii safely and I made it back safely, so much to be grateful for. The fact that I was able to even go, so much to be grateful for. The fact that I can move my body and exercise, and that I can connect with people, and that I am aligning with kind, heart-centered, faith-filled people, I'm that same kind of person, so that I'm able to align with people like that in the world, can fill my heart with so much gratitude, even though there's certain things physically that I want to happen that don't happen, or there's things, hopes and desires that I have that maybe haven't been fulfilled yet. Who knows? It could still be coming. But there's always so much if you just go centered in your heart and you focus on all the things that you have and what to be grateful for. It gives you an external glow. And that's one of the ways that people have found me and connected to me over the years, is that they'll say, you just have a light about you. Not always, because I can get into a real crappy place. I've talked about that before. That's one of the reasons why people can connect to me, because I don't consider myself to be holier than thou. And I'm very honest about my human flaws and the human condition. And I'm not going to make someone else feel bad about experiencing the human body and the human condition, because that's what we came here to do. And so I've had people over the years say that I have a light about me that they're drawn to. And what they're drawn to, it's first of all the work that I do, but it's also the gratitude. You can get a glow about you just because you're a faith-filled gratitude person. And with all of this stuff going on in the world that we can't change, we can influence our element and we can do our best, but there are certain things going on in the world that we can't change. And if you allow yourself to focus on it and get caught up in it, it can really dim your light. And right now we really need to get back into the groove and back into the gratitude and the vibration of why we are here and all the things that we have to be thankful for. And the other thing is being mindful and aware. So when we were in Hawaii, this is one of the things that I have taught my daughter to do without realizing it, just because it's who I am, is that I'm always looking around to see if someone needs something. And so there was more than once we offered to take pictures for people that were trying to take selfies of themselves. It's something very little. This is a vacation that someone is on. This is a memory that they'll have forever. And so there's going to be a connection of just remembering, oh, that lady that took my picture. Maybe not, but maybe so. I can feel these ties of opportunity, serving humanity, the little things. A lot of times the little things go a long way. And yesterday I went to Sam's and I was watching this lady. I was walking to my car and she was trying to pull a case of water out of her cart and it was too heavy for her. She couldn't get it and she was struggling, and I was pushing my cart almost to her. And I offered, would you like me to put that in your car for you? And she was like, yeah, I can't get it. And she almost seemed embarrassed. And I told her, don't worry about it. These carts are deep and these things are heavy. And she's like, oh, you're just being nice. I'm like, no, I'm serious. I know that they're heavy. Anyway, so I grabbed it and put it in her car for her. And the sigh of relief that she had just from that little moment, looking for opportunities to serve and help others in little tiny ways. And then being grateful that you even have that opportunity, because have you ever been in a spot where you needed help and maybe you didn't want to ask for it? Or maybe you weren't aware that it was around and someone came and just offered you a kind word, a helping hand. That's what this is all about. Serving one another, helping one another. That's why I'm so grateful for this community and being able to do the work that I do, to be a vessel for healing energy, because that's what this is all about. And at the end of the day, people really remember the way you treated them. So if you are treating people well and treating people the way you want to be treated, and being in complete and total gratitude for everything, knowing that what's meant for you will not pass you by, knowing that everything that you do to create good karma is going to come back to you. And the reason why we say it's multiplied is because when you send out a vibration, like vibrations are drawn to that vibration and then it boomerangs back. So that's why we say it's going to come back tenfold, especially if you're focused in doing your meditation practice and cleansing, and you're investing in your spiritual development, and you're doing energy healing, and you're doing all these things for yourself. How much more will that energy come back to you? And I want you to have a glow of gratitude. I know the world is still a mess and there's things going on that are really scary. And all we can do is focus on our blueprint, that's not the right word, our thumbprint, your individual thumbprint, what impact you are making. And one of the things we want to do is stay elevated in the vibration of gratitude and love, and divine power. That's what we want to do, because if you get yanked down into this physical, though we live in the physical form, we were in the spiritual form first. So it starts in the spiritual before it becomes physical. And I'm not saying that it's easy, but what I am saying is if you can just start every single day focusing on all the things you have to be grateful for and staying in that heart center place as much as possible, you will have that glow and you will begin to pull in more opportunities and people and experiences and vibrations to match what you're predominantly putting out. And that is all I wanted to offer for today. And we can go into a healing, and I am going to flood you with the beautiful vibration of gratitude. So you can focus on your breathing, uncross your arms and legs, and you can focus on your heart center if you want while I turn the healing on. Okay, and so it is. You can come back into your body. And one of the things I wanted to mention is if you subscribe to my newsletter, you can download a free 10-minute general healing. And also, I used to do a healing list by topic, but now that I've created the playlist, just because I've gotten so big, I have a playlist link, which you can also just find on my YouTube channel. So I wanted to mention that. And I really appreciate you all spreading my channel and inviting people to subscribe, because it helps to get this energy into the hearts of more people. So I really sincerely appreciate that. And I just want to wish you a beautiful week, a week filled with gratitude. Shine your beautiful light. We so need it. And we will talk next week. Take care. Bye-bye.